What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another solo leveling Arise video. Alright guys, it's finally almost over. Today is the last day for you to join the Partner Creator Program. Make sure you guys click that support button. We have a brand new code, which I promised you guys, everybody who is a supporter will be getting this. That is right now 500 Essence Stones plus a Hunter exclusive weapon design. I have 100,000 of these codes to give out. I'll be putting them down for every single person that will be able to receive them today. Make sure you get these ASAP, guys. The redemption period is actually going to end today. So this is a one-time code for just today for you guys to be getting. And there's one more code coming next week. Remember, this one is specifically for excellent content creators who have completed all 7 missions, and then we'll be producing 30 plus videos for this season. So make sure, guys, you are joining the support program, and this will in fact be the best way for you guys to get some of the Essence Stones plus other resources. I'll be sending all these codes out this morning, and I'll do it one more time before end of day. So gold, rune fragments, skill scrolls, mana power extracts, an extra 500 Essence Stones plus mana power crystal selections, weapon enhancement plus skill rune premium chest. Remember, we also did send 1,000 extra Essence Stones this season as well too, which is now expired, and we also sent an extra 500k gold, I believe. We sent an extra 30% discount coupon for you guys, which is also expired. So guys, if you have not done so, click that support program. Now let's talk a little bit about Essence Stones. Let me log into the game and show you guys where we're at. All right, ladies and gents, we are back. Now, as I'm greeted with the best waifu in the world, Soren, we are going to talk a little bit about Essence Stones and what are the best ways to get them and what are the best ways to use them. There are multiple things that many different players will use Essence Stones for, but there's primarily an easy way to think about it and also a more complex way to think about Essence Stones. Okay, so there is obviously multiple ways to get Essence Stones, whether you're free to play, pay to win, it doesn't really matter. Now, I'm gonna be on my pay to win account because I think the pay to win aspect of how to use Essence Stones is a little bit more complex. Okay, now the reason why it's more complex is because your Essence Stones aren't necessarily going to be safe for what it's meant for. So for pay to win, you're going to have many different ways to spend them, but for free to play, I'm going to just cover this real quick. Free to play players, the only real reason, the only real place to spend your Essence Stones realistically is going to be here when it's coming down to the rate up draws. This is the only real place that matters for free-to-play players at the end of the day. There's one other place that is also a little bit beneficial, well, actually really beneficial, but it's going to be very costly, and I'll talk about it as well too. But your rate up is really the only place you want to save it for. The second place, if you're looking to be an end game, and I mean this, end game player for free-to-play, you're gonna actually want to spend a little bit of your Essence Stones, and don't take this to heart, on some of these gates. Okay, and the reason why this is important is because gates will allow you to do something that other content won't, and that is to get yourself a lot of shadow energy, especially for free to play. This shadow energy is invaluable to all players, as well as traces of shadows, and this will allow you guys to push your end game ability content even further. Now, you're also going to get skill scrolls, you're going to get other things as well too. The gates are probably one of the most underutilized places for powering up, and it does cost a lot though. Okay, in order to get yourself an extra key or 2 or 3, if you already got the ones from the guild shop, it's going to cost you roughly about 150 Essence Stones to get 3 keys, and then of course you can't sweep, so you're going to end up having to use all of your actual time to farm these. But at the end of the day, one of the most powerful ways to get yourself the most amount of resources is the gates. Now, I say this because a lot of players don't understand that if you are going to push endgame content, you realistically need 1 or 2 high-end teams with enough combat power to battle the elements, right? If you have enough combat power and you have the right element, you will actually stand a chance against hard mode. This is how some of the free-to-play players who actually did finish hard mode were able to do it. They farmed a little bit more in these gates and were able to push the content even further, especially getting these shadow energies, especially getting these new scrolls now, right, and then getting EXP, etc. All this stuff matters. So some free-to-play players, you may want to, again, if you do this, you're going to lack the ability to get new characters. So it's up to you what's more important. Is the characters more important? Is it more important for you to build a full-on team? Or is it more important for you to obviously get yourself more power? Excuse me. Need some water, or get more power, and then boost your account further in order to actually compete for the top 3,000, top 6,000 free to play, being able to finish content that you normally wouldn't be able to finish, right? So those are the 2 best places for you to spend your Essence Stones. Realistically, there's no other place for free to play to really want to focus on. You don't want to buy WOBL tickets. They're way too expensive for 1,000. You don't necessarily want to buy anything else that's going to require extra turns. So right now, these are the two spots for all free-to-play players to be focusing on, especially to boost power. Mostly the rate up tickets over the gates, in my opinion. Again, just to be able to build a proper team, or two or three. Now let's talk a little bit about the pay to win aspect of things. These are a little bit different. So gates are also a place that a lot of pay to win players will actually use. I see 150 of them to actually boost their account, right? Now pay to win players, it's obviously different because you have the subscriptions. Most likely the subscription is going to help you do free sweeps, and you're going to want to get as many resources as possible to stay ahead of the game, especially with the shadow stuff, especially with the armory. All of these things are going to matter quite a bit. And I forgot to mention, for free to play, armory is also going to obviously matter, right? You guys can see here there's places to spend a lot more for your essence stones because you have a plethora amount of them. Now, there's two other places you really want to save up for, and I'm going to talk about those places because they are going to matter quite a bit, especially for pay-to-win players, because with pay-to-win players, you're focusing directly on specific items that you don't have, right? Because majority of it you already possess. There's only a couple things here and there that you are looking to complete, and it's going to matter quite a bit, okay? So first off, let's talk a little bit about those places. So outside of the rate-up banners, which you're going to have plenty of tickets for most pay-to-win players, you're going to be looking at the fusion section here, right, where you're going to be doing a lot of rate up stuff. When you get your blessing stones or your skills or your gems, whatever the case may be, you're going to eventually want to use this fusion target here to get exactly what you're looking for. Now this is going to cost you 1,000 essence stones each attempt until you hit that 10 mark to finally get the one you're looking for, okay? So you can get some RNG here, which is going to cost you a little less, but for the most part you are going to be spending quite a bit of your essence stones. So all of your essence stones realistically will be spent in the gates and in this section. This section is going to eat up a lot of your resources, guys. Not only that, but we're also now going into the mythic section, right? The skill research. Now I haven't covered mythic yet for a couple of reasons. Number one, I do have information on it. There is not much of a difference between a mythic versus a regular legendary. There really isn't, right? So I haven't really dived into this until I see what they do with it and if they push it more. But the reason why this is important here is because you're going to need random legendary skill runes in order to actually craft your mythic versions of the ones you actually want, right? And this is going to again cost you a lot of resources. In order to get all these legendary ones, you're going to need to also get yourself a lot of the fusion ones. So a lot of your essence stones will be spent here for pay to win. So do not just willy-nilly, guys, spend your essence stones. It's not a great way to do it. You're going to have to hold on to quite a bit of it for it to make sense. And this is why the support program makes so much sense. Make sure, guys, you do go hit that support button, get yourself those essence stones through our codes as well as the codes that the content creator or the devs provide you. I apologize. Now, a couple other things to remember. Now, how do you get the best essence stones? Number one, of course, from finishing all the new story modes, doing your hunter archives, very simple stuff. This battlefield of trial is something you should ignore. I know a lot of pay to win players ignore it because it's super easy and they're not really lacking resources, but this is one place you absolutely want to farm, whether you're free to play, pay to win, it doesn't matter. You get a lot of essence stones here, plus a lot of resources. This is probably your best form of essence stones gathering throughout the game early on. It's every 3 weeks. You get yourself a ton of resources that you need, plus at the same time the essence stones is 150 per stage. So there's 15 stages per section. There's 15 for SJW, there's 15 for Hunter. So guys, do not slack on this. This is by far one of the best places to get essence stones after you've done the story mode. And also don't forget, guys, your POD, your BOTs, your PODs, all those places, all those stages that you do on a weekly basis are also fantastic ways to get new ones, right? Because a lot of people who are lazy and don't want to farm those modes are going to miss out on quite a bit. Now let me show you guys real quick how easy it is to get yourself some essence stones. Obviously, when you're doing this, you're also going to want to do the regular battlefield of trials. Make sure you don't slack on that, okay? Very, very important. And another easy way to get yourself essence stones, and I've mentioned this numerous times, is just going back and getting yourself all of the trophies that you're missing, right? So whether that's for instances or if you're doing it for the encores or for and another really good place is the new simulation, right? Simulation is fantastic. Like finishing stage 20. So if you go from 15 to 20, they give you 6,640 essence stones right away. So that is a massive, massive boost to your essence stones count. If you go all the way to 30, you're almost getting yourself close to about like 15k worth of essence stones just from finishing simulation 30. So you guys saw there, I got 150 essence stones. That puts me at 195, right? So another really, 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 really good way to do it. Now, there are some other ways, of course. If you are a spender, buying the packages from the shop, huge one, obviously, you know, getting these free lucky lucky boxes. They don't have the greatest rate, but they do offer you a 5,000 essence stones here. So if you get lucky and you pull this, for example, boom, got nothing there, obviously. This has been atrocious for me, by the way, but you have an ability to get yourself multiple ways of getting essence stones through purchases. So this is not a bad option for spenders. Obviously, though, the packages absolutely suck. The rates are gotten even lower. You guys saw my video. If you didn't, you should check it out. It was atrocious. So make sure, guys, you just do every single mode you can to clear the trophies. Get your weekly trophies as well, too, which will allow you to get up to, I think, 1,250 essence stones right now. So there are multiple ways to do this, guys. Make sure you join the support program, though. This is the last day for you guys to get those codes. Get those codes under your belt. Get the extra 500 essence stones. If you have not been a supporter, you can get up to 1,000 essence stones now. If you are an existing supporter, 500 is coming your way. All right, guys. So outside of that, there's really not much for essence stones going on right now. Outside of codes, it's really dry, right? So any chance you get from dailies, weeklies, whatever the case may be, make sure you do it. On my free-to-play, I'm already at 70,000 essence stones, and like 4 weeks ago, I was at 0. So there's a really good chance for you to boost your essence stone count by just doing every single thing you can. Daily, weekly, it doesn't matter. Do all the content, get all the codes, and I hope you guys re-support, extend, and make sure you keep getting codes on the next season. All right, guys, this is Payne. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.